Okay guys, here's another beat for you. Like the last beat, this is taken from the seminal album Dreadlocks Dread by Big Youth. And again it features the technique of the fast fingered bass line, which just plays the same note over and over, doing sixteenths and eighths, and the root notes move around relative to that. Okay. And this one, it's basically a one drop, but with a swing like this. Okay, and I've got a tambourine working on this as well. I've made this tambourine loop myself. I'm going to make another video either after this one or a bit further on showing you how to make a reggae tambourine loop, because you've got to make it yourself using some samples you've found on the web, because you can't use a regular tambourine sample to make a reggae tambourine pattern, because regular tambourine samples, like in Logic, all the ones in Ultra Beat or Drum Machine Designer, they feature the tambourine being struck on a hand, you know, bang, like that. In reggae, the tambourine is held in the hand and it's swung backwards and forwards to make this shaker-like sort of type sound. Yeah, so you've got to make your own tambourine loop. As I say, I might show you how to do this, make a loop like this in the next video or a little bit further on. But it's got this tambourine reinforcing the swing of the hats. Okay, so let's see how we make this beat. Let's start at bar 17 here. And the tempo is about 78 here. Works something late 70s, 80, whatever works for this. Okay, so 1 bar cycle range, penciling an empty region. Let's get the drum beat together. Okay, we're going to go with the brush tool, set to regular sixteenths, and we're going to start with the foot closed hi-hat, not the actual closed one, but the foot closed, which is more of a type sound. Just brushing around sixteenths like that. Select them all, give them a good velocity, about 100, and just shorten them. Again, I keep saying this, it's just so I can see a nice gap between them. It doesn't make them play back shorter like that. Okay, and then I'm going to get the pointer tool and select with shift every other hat like that, and you bring these down to the actual closed hi-hat like that, and then lower their velocity down to about 70, 75, something like that. Okay, quite a bit quieter than the main hats on the quarter beats and the eighths, but less, you know, like that, maybe even a bit less, 70. Okay, and then with the velocity tool, I'm going to reduce the velocity of every fourth hat in each quarter beat. And it's going to come down to about 30, 32, something like that. Wants to be quiet, but we still want to just hear it like that. Okay. Again, that sounds kind of weird, but apply 16 swing C to this row of hats here, the ones in between the eighths, right? 16 swing C, boom, and there's your beat. Okay, now I'll just add a little flourish here in the middle, putting a hat there on the third beat, and the velocity of this is about 40 or 50. Okay, and you want to make it slightly shorter than half of a 16th, and this is a 16th between these two lines. Then bring it back so its leading edge is right in the middle of that 16th there, like that, and it makes a nice like that. And then you can just tweak the velocity a little bit lower. Yeah, and then you can try moving it back a smidge until you get a good swing little thing there. Like that. Okay, right. And now the kick and the side stick, it's just a one drop. On the 2, we got the kick. Okay, give it some velocity, 100. Like that. So we've got a kick on the drop on the 2, and the drop on the 4, and the side stick. And then there's one extra side stick added in, a 16th late after the 4th beat there, and this gets swing as well, 16 swing C, so it moves back level with that closed hat above, and there's your swing beat, and the swing is on this hat here and that last side stick. Like that. Okay. Now let's get to the bass line. Put in an empty bass region on the bass track, and I'm going to work in an octave higher so we can hear the pitch really clearly. I'm going to start in A. We start with an 1/8 length note on the first beat of the bar, almost an 1/8 length. Get this velocity down to about 70, something like that, right? Or 80, and then I'm starting at A, so I got from this a 5th. Right? And on the second 1/8, a 5th up from whatever my root note is. I mean, I'm starting in A, so I'm going a 5th up to the E here, and I just put in a row of 16ths like that, all the way across until the 4th beat, and then on the 4th beat I'm going to drop down an octave. This is an E, so I'm going to drop down an octave to the bottom E like that, and this will be a fairly long note like that. And that's the essence of the bass line. But these notes get swing, so just shorten them all a little bit first, and then give them the 16 swing C. Boom, like that. Now that in itself is a bass line. That's perfectly acceptable as a bass line. We just want to tweak the lengths a bit. Now in this swing bass line with this fast finger technique, the push is every 1/8. So the notes doing the push is there, 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 and there. So we'll lengthen those ones a bit, like that. Right. Like that. And then the shorter ones, which have got the swing on, we'll just lower their velocity a smidge. Like that. Now that works as a bass line, but you can take different notes out to get different kind of vibes. You can end it with 2/8 like this, which is what happens on that Dreadlocks Dread album with this particular beat. You could take that one out, I think. Then you just lengthen that one a bit. You could put in an extra one here, like that. Etc. You can do all that kind of thing. You can, and if you, every time you take away notes and put notes back in, be sure to apply the swing again to make sure the notes that require swing are getting their swing. Have we done this one yet? You could probably do it like that. Yeah, so there's all those kind of variations, but on the actual album, Dreadlocks Dread, with this particular beat, this is the bass line. It ends with 2/8 like that. Yeah. Okay, now again with this technique, this line of notes here, these 8ths and 16ths, they can be any pitch you want, and then the bass root notes that work with that, they move around, but they always harmonise with this line here, whatever they are, a 5th, a 3rd, whatever. Okay, and they can be major or minor, relative distance from that line. Okay, but there's your bass basically, right? And then we'll just move it all down an octave. Now we've got the pitch and everything. It's easier to get the pitch when you're working on a bass up in a higher octave, when you've got a very deep rounded type of bass sound. Right, so I'll bring this down to the lower A. Like that, there we are, there's the bass. Like that, okay. And then we'll finish it up with the guitar. I say this with each of these videos in case someone has dropped in from YouTube. This is part of a playlist about reggae, making reggae, and at the moment we're going through a whole load of different beats and bass lines, and with each beat that we do, we put in just a simple rhythm guitar doing chaps, chap, chap, like that, okay? When we've done a whole load of different beats and looked at different beats, then we'll look at things like rhythm keyboards, etc. Okay, so we just put in the guitar, rhythm guitar, and the chaps fall in the middle of each quarter beat, right on the 8th in the middle of the quarter beat. We're in A for the bass because the root note is the A. This fast finger bit is playing a fifth above at the E, but the root note starts on an A. So put in an A, right in the middle of that first quarter beat. A major. Give it a nice strong velocity, about 105. Shorten it so it's nice and chappy, and then copy this into the middle of the other quarter beats. There, there, and there. And then the bass line drops down at the end an octave from this fast fingered line here, which is in E, a fifth above the A. It drops down to the bottom E there. Right, so at the end, these two chords want to drop to E. Like that. But I'm going to do the technique of taking the root note for this E and bringing it up an octave, and then the chords kind of morph into each other a bit more smoothly. Like that, okay. And there it is. That's in essence the whole thing, okay. But there is that tambourine working underneath it. I'll just bring it across from here. You've got that tambourine underpinning it as well, working with the hi-hat. And this tambourine loop has got a swing applied to it. I've got the flex active on it, right? And then I'm applying quantize up here in the region parameter box, 16 swing C, which is swinging this hat. Normally it's just playing straight 16ths, but you can swing, apply swing to any flexed bit of rhythmic drum audio like that. Well, any bit of audio, you know, that's got flex applied to it. Okay, there it is. It's a one drop with a swing, right? Now you can put in the offbeats that we checked out already. There's little variations here and there. You can put in the offbeat side stick, which is the first position back from the drop on the 2 and from the drop on the 4 with an 8th dotted echo, so there'll be one there and one there. But these need to have swing applied, so any offbeat rim shots, side sticks you put in, apply the 16 swing C. You could put another one there, but again give it the swing. Okay, you know, you can put all those little extras in here and there to give it, whoops, what have I done? You can put in all those little extras there to give it a bit of variation. Okay, I'll just take them out for now. But this one, this little 16th swing 16th following the main drop on the 4, it is part of the beat on that Dreadlocks Dread track. Like that, okay. So let's get a fill together for this. Let's copy the whole thing over. 1, 2, 3 times like that. Now this fill's a bit unusual. Right, there's the last bar of the drums. We're going to do a fill across the whole bar. Now we're going to switch the grid for this, right? If we go up to the transport area up here, the top toolbar thing, whatever it's called, and the beats and bars display indicator, whatever this bit's called here, switch it to custom. Now you can now change the resolution of the grid from its default, which is 16, so you've got whoops. You've got 16ths here in the grid, right? And that's the default here, 16ths. So I'm going to change it to 24ths, like that. Now the grid here changes to 24ths. So we're going to start with a little flam on the snare, like that. So we've got a flam, and then that flam goes into 2 24th kicks, like that. Okay. Take that out. Bloop, bam, bam, like that. Then we're going to go up to a tom on the second beat. We're going to flam this tom from the high to the mid tom, like that. A bit of a tighter flam. Okay, let's just get that snare louder. And then lower the velocity of the toms. Like that. And then this flam on the tom here, on the 2 toms there, that goes again into, it follows after it comes 2 24th kicks. Boom, boom, like that. And the velocity of these needs bringing up, these two. About 100. Okay, so we've got black, boom, boom, blam, boom, boom, like that. And these dum kicks are on 24, so they give it that kind of odd, sort of shuffled, held back kind of black, like that. Alright, and then we'll copy the flam on the snare across to the third beat, like that, and then follow that again with 2 24th kicks, and then we'll end with a loud snare and a crash. That side stick comes out. Then just take the hats out, like that. There you go. Okay, now all we've got to do is just tweak this first flam. It needs moving back that way so that it falls onto the second note on exactly the first beat of this bar for the fill. So we need to bring in the previous region of the drumming, like that. So this gets moved forwards. So that note that the flam falls onto, the second note, is exactly on the first beat of this bar. Take out that hat and we'll come off a hi-hat slice. Let's hear it coming out of that previous bar. Just the last half of that previous bar, like this. Like that. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I could turn this into a little roll here. Just bring a note forward, copy like that, and do a little roll into that instead of a flam. Just lower the velocity of that. Yeah, like that, okay. It's just a bit late. Doesn't really matter, but put it right on the line like that. Oop. No, it won't go sometimes. Sometimes they won't. Well, it's got a feel. It doesn't matter, does it? It looks fine. It sounds fine, rather. Yeah, so there's the fill with the strange 24th holding back sort of psh, right? Let's hear the whole last 2 bars. Like that. Now I could modify the bass to go with this 24th weird feel for the kicks. Go to the bass line here. Let's just have just this bar. And we've still got 24th set for the grid. So the bass, the 2 kicks begin there and there. So shorten that, and then the bass is going to mirror the. It's going to go do 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 like that with the kick drum. Yeah, and then we'll go up to an A, a higher A there, and then follow that by 2/24ths on the bass, like, get rid of that, like that. So we've got do 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 do, and then we'll go down to a lower A, and this wants to come forward to do the last 2/24ths like that, so let's hear that. Then we could lengthen these a bit, you know, just to give it a bit more of a groove, so it's not so staccato, you know. There you go. Yeah, a bit of a weird one that, but there it is, and there's the whole thing. Actually, I might just shorten these a little bit. Let's hear that, the whole thing. There's the drums. Okay, and we'll just put some little variations in there for the side stick, those ones we looked at earlier. In the second bar here, I'm going to put that variation little offbeat lick there, which is the wait, we got to change the grid back to 16ths first. So change the grid back to 16ths. Now put in that little offbeat, which is the 8th dotted echo position coming off that side stick there. Give it the swing though, because it must have the swing to go with the hats and the bass line, right? So we've got a little offbeat thing there in that second bar to give it a variation. Let's hear that. Yeah, just that one little variation there would do. I could put another one there, again give it the swing. So there's an extra variation in that second bar. Yeah, but I'll take it out actually. So just that one little variation there, just to give it a bit of something different in that second bar. And that's the whole thing. Without the tambourine, it's like this. With the tambourine just underneath the hats, reinforcing it. Yeah, there you go. There's another beat for you. And as I say, either in the next video or a bit further on, I'll do a video showing how to make a tambourine loop like this and put it into your Apple loops, and then you can use it in any reggae beat with either swing or without swing. Okay, but there's your beat. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Only Jah Jah know. They say them talking, only Jah Jah know. You know what I mean? Right, there you go. There's another beat for you.